What's up, guys? Sid here. Got some stuff to show you. Um, this big box right here is bookstore pickups, and then we got some thrift store stuff, and then a couple Dollar General pickups. Yes, that itch is still there, and still trying to fight it. But I tell you what, today is the 10th. I'm not going nowhere this weekend. Not spending no money this weekend. That's it. But yesterday I was out doing some laundry at the laundromat, and I always go to the thrift store. It's half price day at the thrift store on Wednesday, so I always hit the thrift store, and I got some really good stuff there. So, and then of course I had to go to Dollar General to pick up some supplies for the house. So I checked out their DVDs, and they got some new Halloween. They got some new horror DVDs for Halloween. And I was able to pick these up. This is from Full Moon's Grindhouse collection. They're only $2.95 a piece, so I did not spend very much there. You got the Possessor. I've never seen either one of these. It looks pretty wild. It's definitely an Exorcist type movie. Trying to see the year and everything that this came out. 1988 is when the movie came out. Never heard of it either, but it should be good. Now this one I have heard of and always wanted to see it, but I never did. This is Creepazoids, filmed by David DeCoteau, starring the great Linnea Quigley. And this one came out in '87. So this one came out 1 year before The Possessor. So looking forward to watching both of these. $2.95 a piece. You couldn't pass these up. Plus I really like the packaging of these Full Moon Grindhouse DVDs. I've got one Zombie-thon that's signed by Charles Band. I know I've showed that in a video before. Alright, so then thrift store. As I said, it was half price day. I got this stuff, and then a couple things for my daughter who was with me, and then some jeans for my son. But this is the good stuff here. Picked up this mask, this Halloween mask. As I said, it was half price day, so I only paid $1 for it. And I picked it up because I thought it looked quite a bit like a Ben Cooper mask. Now, researching it on eBay, I think it is a later release Ben Cooper mask. I did find somebody with the exact same mask that sold theirs for $40. So this is probably going to go on eBay, and I'm going to try and get around that for this. So picked that up. Got this. This is awesome. This is an Excalibur Dragon Fist Karate Fighter video game, and I only paid $1. This is kind of a rare game. What's cool about it is that these come out. They both come out. How awesome is that? Still working condition. It vibrates. These orange deals up here light up. It's just a really neat little game here. And there's only been a couple on eBay recently, and the people that are trying to sell theirs on eBay, they both have the original box and instructions, but one person's trying to get 50, another one's trying to get 70. So I'm probably going to put mine up on eBay for, I don't know, $30 or $35 or something like that. We'll see what happens with that. But I thought those were a couple of really awesome finds. Then I picked this up to resell. This is Whitey and Mickey, an autobiography of the Yankee years by Whitey Ford, Mickey Mantle, and author Joseph Durso. I think this was a quarter or 50 cents. This is third printing from 1977. It does have a bunch of photographs here. And then right here. So I got this to resell. I was hoping it was going to be worth a little bit on eBay, but they're pretty common books, I guess. So, but if anybody's interested in this, just let me know. I'd probably let it go for, you know, $7-8 shipped. If anybody's interested in that. And then we got a couple videos. We have an American Masters production of Norman Rockwell Painting America. Very cool little documentary video here about Norman Rockwell, still sealed. It's awesome. 86 minutes long. That was 50 cents. And then I got me a Star Maker video here of Stalking Danger from William Friedkin, director of The Exorcist. This movie's pretty cool. It's got Joe Cortez, Jack Youngblood, Steve James. And it's PG rated too. So that's awesome. That was also 50 cents. So this pile here was 1, 2, 3, like 325, 350. And then with the few things I bought for my daughter and the jeans for my son, I think it was like $5 or $6 I spent at the thrift store. But all this stuff's going to be mostly resold except these two videos. So some great finds. Now, bookstore stuff. You guys might remember a few years ago I told you about a bookstore in Wellington, Kansas that I did that I painted their window. I did a window mural for them, and they traded me books for that. And since then I went back there, you know, a couple times, got books. Well, unfortunately they have decided to close, and they're going to be closed for good here within the next couple weeks. So they're getting rid of all their books really cheap. They're having bag sales right now and whatnot. Right now they're having a bag sale, $5, fill your whole bag, and you only pay $5. But I had some credit left. I had over $100 in credit, and you had to use your credit, and it was only towards half the price of the books that you got. So say you got $20 worth of books from the bookstore, you were only able to use $10 in credit, and then you had to pay $10. Well, now that they're closing, you can use your credit towards the full amount. So I did not have to pay a dime for this whole box of books. And my wife actually and my daughter, they also each got a box of books. So, and I still have credit left. So I'm planning on going back there before they close and seeing if I can find anything else. But this is what I got. Picked up this Wanda Brunstetter book. I believe I have a signed book plate still of her. I'm not positive, but that's why I got that, to put the signed book plate in. We got this book here, Nazi Regalia. Over 100 brilliant 4-color photographs, all on Nazi memorabilia. And this will be going on eBay. I think it'll be going on eBay. I'm not sure if eBay allows the selling of Nazi related stuff anymore, but that's why I picked that up. That's for resale. This is a neat little book, Through Missouri on a Mule. Funny railroad stories. And you got a bunch of stories and little cartoons, and all from back in the day. And this is actually a really old book. It was printed in 1904, but it was reprinted in 1946. That's kind of cool. We got a ton of these movie tie-in novels. We got Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang by Ian Fleming, Clive Barker's Books of Blood, Volume 1. I got another one in there. We got 2 copies of David Bowie, The Man Who Fell to Earth. The Micronauts by Gordon Williams, and this is cool because it's illustrated by Boris Vallejo. So he did the cover illustration, and then periodically throughout the book there's illustrations by Boris Vallejo. And this is did the back cover there also, and this is also, I believe, what the comic book, the old Marvel comic book, is based on. Got a couple Tarzan novels. This is Tarzan in the Valley of Gold. We got a copy of Byron Priest's Weird Heroes, Volume 6, and that illustrated blend of fantasy and science fiction. It's a bunch of different stories and it's illustrated by different artists. Very cool. There's an Alex Nino illustration right there. Very cool stuff. I got some VHS. We got Conan the Destroyer. And we got the clamshell special edition of Raw Deal. Here's the other Tarzan book. This is Jungle Tales of Tarzan, number 6. Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, movie tie-in novel. There's the other Volume 1 of Clive Barker's Books of Blood that I picked up. I wish they had the one with Rawhead Rex in it, but they did not. They have Return of the Jedi, and this one does have the photographs there in the middle. Empire Strikes Back. Another VHS, The Mole People. Dun 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 dun. It's very cool. And Red Sonja. I picked up 3 of these guys. These are awesome. It's all the same book. Nightmare in Wichita, The Hunt for the BTK Strangler by Robert Beatty. And it turns out they are all signed. That one's to Elizabeth, April 5th, 2005. And that one's to Lou, April 5th, 2005. And then this one is not personalized. So apparently these were all done at a signing, and they were probably the bookstore or whatever that put the signing on had these. And because I remember the bookstore in Wellington that I got these from, I think that they said that they bought out another bookstore. That's apparently where these came from. So all 3 signed by the author. That's awesome. So if anybody's interested in any of these, let me know, because I got extra. Alright, I Know What You Did Last Summer by Lois Duncan. We got The Hephaestus Plague. It's actually a really cool book. Island at the Top of the World, the Walt Disney movie. There's scenes from the movie there on the back. The Life of David Gale. Dead and Buried by Dan O'Bannon, director of Alien. Written by Chelsea Quinn Yarbrough. Karate Kid Part 3. The Swarm. pretty in pink. Vampires, werewolves, and other demons. Bunch of different stories in there. Rod Serling's Devils and Demons. Great cover. We got Jaws 2. The Secret of Amityville by Hans Holzer. We got The Omen. Another video cassette, The Burbs, starring Tom Hanks and Bruce Dern. This gentleman here recently died. I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name. I probably just saw it right here on the. I think it's Rick Ducommun. I think that's the actor's name here, right there. That just recently passed away. Don't quote me on that, but did not have this in the collection, so I knew I had to grab that up. I do have 2 copies of this in here. William Peter Blatty's Legion, which is Exorcist 3. I think. Well, this one says it's the sequel to Exorcist. I believe it ended up being Exorcist 3, though. Very cool. I'm a little slow today. Airport 77. And this one does have the photographs in the center. Man from U.N.C.L.E., The Doomsday Affair, number 2. Michelle Pfeiffer in Dangerous Minds. And we have here Armageddon 2419 AD, the seminal Buck Rogers novel. Cool back cover there. Peter Benchley's The Deep. The Frighteners. Existence by David Cronenberg. And this one also has the pictures on the inside there. Kevin Costner in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Another VHS, Charles Bronson, Death Wish 4. Absolutely love the Death Wish movies. And I picked up this book on Liberace's autobiography. It's the book club edition, 1973. Lots of photographs here in the center. I just threw it in there. I thought it was a nice companion to the signed record album that I have. Alright, continuing on, I picked this up. This is Silver Linings, Triumph of the Challenger 7, an inspirational story by June Scobie Rogers, who is the widow of astronaut Dick Scobie. And it is signed right there. To Helen and Ted, with all best wishes, June Scobie Rogers. Pretty cool book here. There's the back cover. Alright, then I picked up Blair Witch Project, a dossier. guys remember the Blair Witch Project. Very, very popular film. So we got that. Okay, come here. But then we have Ron Goulart, When the Waker Sleeps. Old science fiction book there. Even older science fiction book. This is Human. A little rough. Apparently the rats got to it, but had to get it. It's a great cover. Also picked up Planet of Peril. These are probably late 50s, early 60s. Yeah, this is 1961 here. And this other one, 1954. Great covers on both of these, so I had to snatch them up. This is a neat book, Hurricanes and Twisters. It's an old scholastic book. It's got some great photographs in here. Of course, living in Hurricane Alley here, you kind of really like to learn about these things. 1967 on that. Here's that other Legion book. This is a cool book, Secrets of the Samurai, From Ronins to Ninjas, the Fiercest Warriors in Japanese History. And again, wow, I didn't even realize that. I showed you an Alex Nino drawing earlier, and it's illustrated by Alex Nino. That's awesome. I did not realize that till just now. Very cool. So he did all these illustrations. So that's pretty cool. So you got your photographs and you got your illustrations. Always been interested in samurai and the ninja. Very cool. When did this book come out? 1990. Alright. And then we got a few signed books here. This is Beyond Survival. Building on the Hard Times. A POW's Inspiring Story by Gerald Coffey, Captain, U.S. Navy, retired. And it is signed by him right here. I believe that's Bob. And then GB/GBA, Gerald Coffey. Was that January, February, March 21st, 2011. So pretty cool. So he was a POW in Vietnam, and he's been retired from the Navy since 1985. Very cool book. Next up we have A Matter of Justice, Eisenhower and the Beginning of the Civil Rights Revolution by David Nichols. It is signed by him right here. To Patty, bookstore people and substitute teachers are my heroes. David Nichols, October 6, 2007. And you got some photographs here of Eisenhower. Very cool. And that's it. We got 3 more to go. This is Corky, 30 Years of Sports Commentary. And he writes for, or he wrote for a newspaper. And this is Corky Simpson, the Tucson Citizens sports columnist. And it's signed right up there. Best wishes to Gail and Sally. Corky. So that's pretty cool. Then we have Of Mikes and Men, A Lifetime of Braves Baseball by Peter Van Wieren with Jack Wilkinson. And it's signed by both of them, actually. To Jim, best wishes, Peter Van Wieren. And then it says, hello, Kansas, cheers, Jack Wilkinson. And Peter Van Wieren was the voice of Braves baseball for 43 years. Well, 33 years in as a baseball commentator. He was also a sportscaster on television, and he did some of the Atlanta NBA games and the Falcons games. So very cool. And last but not least, this is not signed, but it's a cool book. This is By Bizarre Hands. Stories by Joe R. Lansdale. And if you don't know who Joe R. Lansdale, but you're a horror lover, then you're missing out, because he writes some great stories. Got some nice illustrations in here. With interior illustrations by Mark A. Nelson. And it's a first edition. So, very, very cool. And that's it. That's everything, guys. Sorry the video ran so long. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will talk to y'all later. See ya.